afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday night at 9:30. Welcome back to the APAT Show. How are you, Leigh?
I am very well indeed.
Good.
It's, busy these Sunday nights at the moment, aren't
They are.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, it's just got busy.
Yeah,
yes.
We're definitely going to need to do something about that. We'll you mentioned something last week, and
we'll branch out.
We'll definitely we'll find a way of breaking this out a little bit on a Sunday night. But yeah, warm welcome everyone to the second APAT show of 2025. It is good to be back with you guys on a Sunday night. Loads going on, as is always the case, but obviously our focus tonight will very much be on game week 4 of the Winter Leaderboards.
Yes,
on Grosvenor Poker. We are back for that. We're 76 runners in tonight's main leaderboard, and I'm struggling to find the mini one on the lobby at the moment. I'm trying to find it. It's disappeared off my. I will try and track it down for you so I can tell you how many we've got on that, because I can't get the lobby open at the moment. But as soon as I can, I will let you know how many we had in that particular one. I can see next week's ones, but I can't see this week's ones at the moment. So we will.
You need to ask Tom Brady. He'll tell you about your filters and all of that sort of tech stuff. He does tech support here, does Tom Brady.
Yeah,
he'll soon straighten that out for you, Lee. Just give him a call in down there in Plymouth.
The worrying thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's the worrying thing. Let's see if I can say. Normally, just pop APAT into the search, and it brings up what I need, but I'm not seeing tonight's tournament. Say, I've got the main lobby already open, so we can already see that, and you can see. That's got 31 of the 76 runners remaining in that, but we'll focus on that for the time being. And when I can find a way of seeing if anybody's in the mini, drop us in the chat.
Give us a shout out. Tell us who you're up against.
Yeah.
Could you do a bit of commentary?
Why I can't see it in the lobby? I will find a way of finding it. Right, I've got a better idea because it was exciting news.
Yeah,
we've got a tab now, Des.
Lee. So we've got the tab since last week. Now you can't find anything.
Now I've got it. Found it.
I found it there we go.
I found it through the tab. Yeah, I've found it through the tab. Not a problem whatsoever. So 86 runners in the
nice.
mini tonight.
Good.
So basically, if you click on in the poker lobby, you've got poker and events and casino leaderboards all on the top. If you click on events.
Yeah.
And then you'll see an APAT tab along there, along with Irish Open and the Elite Series that's running and the UK Live Poker stuff, Grosvenor Run. You click on APAT and you'll see the 3K added Winter Leaderboards tab there, and you'll see the events in there. And you can also click on the satellites tab, and it'll show you all the satellites you can play to basically pick up tickets to use for later down the road, as they say.
So, Lee, look, that's all good and well that you can now find the tournaments easily. But are you telling me, when I had the discussion with the Grosvenor people, the suits over there, and I said, we want an APAT tab, right? You telling me they've given us a tab on the online software? I wanted a tab at the, at the events, Lee. I wanted an APAT tab.
Right, yeah, you are right. Okay, yeah, they've obviously got that completely wrong.
Lee.
What you meant, yeah. You know how it works though with APAT tabs. It's never a good thing. I don't know whether you've ever told us the story on the show about
season 4,
rocking up to Dusk Till Dawn.
I'll happily tell that story, Lee, because there's good value in it. I was always nervous about the APAT budget, right? We always secured the budget on day one, the start of the season. We had the budget for the year ahead. That meant we could comfortably advertise, X number of events, and we could be certain we could meet our obligations at each of those events. So that was all good and well, but it was very tight budget, obviously. And I remember I missed an event or two at the end of season 3. And when I returned, it was Tighty and TK, but predominantly Tighty that was sort of running operations on the ground, very much so, quite rightly so. But I turned up for a big event at DTD, And, you know, I sort of drive up from London in the morning, so I'm not the first there. I mean, there's lots of people in the venue, right? And you were there, Leigh, right? You were there. You were selling lots of merchandise. It was amazing. Like, it was just a big machine of a thing at this point. And Ticey said to me, you know, he said, do you want a Coke or anything, Des? And I went, oh, that's brilliant. Thanks, Leigh, Rich. And he said, oh, no, I said, it's all right. We'll put it on the APAT tab. And I said, APAT tab, Ticey? What? What's that? What's the APAT tab? I've never heard of such a thing. I know, oh, no, it's okay. We've sorted it at TTT, right? You just go up there. Obviously, they know who we are, right? They know who we are because we've got the shirts on and stuff. You just go up there and you ask whatever, just say, stick that on the APAT tab. And I had to look around me. Everybody was wearing an APAT branded shirt. There were APAT logos on absolutely everything. I said, Ticey, let me get this right. You just walk up to the bar with an APAT shirt on and you say, stick that on the APAT tab. And he went, oh yeah, I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Flaw in the plan. Great flaw in the plan. Yeah.
Oh.
It seemed so logical at the time.
Worked out fine. It worked out fine.
That's why we don't sell merchandise anymore. It's just too dangerous. We can't have people pretending they're part of the management. I mean, that would just be
dear,
wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be.
We can't even have the management pretending they're part of the management. I mean, you know, they didn't allow me back, Leigh, after I, you know, made a hash of that.
Very much not the case. So let me give you an update on where we're at. So I mentioned 76 runners in the main tonight, 86 in the mini. Both of them have got 28 left at the moment. We're paying 12 places in the main, 14 places in the mini. So we're probably a good maybe half hour, 45 minutes away from bursting that bubble. Nice money up top in the main tonight, though. £623 for the winner in the main tonight. Just over £2,000 in the prize pool for that. So good luck to you all. Curious George is currently chip leader. G. Shergill second in chips. The Crowbar 1974 is up there. The Mighty Doctor Holdy Foldy.
Michelle went deep last week, Leigh, as well.
Yeah, Boing Blitz, Brian Yates is currently 8th at the moment. Tristal Bust is currently 10th at the moment, so Tristan going well in that one. Glyn Wellings is leading the mini. Knob Donkey in second. Boing Blitz is in third. Brian's third in that one as well. Seymour Tilts fourth in that. Digger Quad Threes is 5th at the moment. Bulldozer Dean Pearson is 6th in that one. Adam Zlowski is 7th in that at the moment. Jam Sandwich, who was playing last week, is 8th in that. So yeah, loads still going strong. In 10th place in the mini at the moment is Tax Return, which is a great bit of timing this time of the year. Yeah, I mean, crikey.
Leigh.
Talk about.
Just brought the mood down. Just brought the mood down all the way there.
No need for that, is there, whatsoever? But yes, it is that time of year for anyone that's not yet got that sorted. But so we're going to focus on obviously on what's going on within. For anyone that's tuning in and going, winter leaderboards, what's all this about?
Yes.
Hey, we're in week 4 of it, but don't worry, there's 9 weeks in total. So if you've not yet got involved in it, it's not too late to turn up on a Sunday night and pick up some points. There is £3,000 worth of added value, courtesy of Grosvenor Poker, in these leaderboards combined. Let me bring up the website so you can see what is available. So. Basically, we've got mini leaderboard, mini and main leaderboard. Main leaderboard has got a £1,500 UK Open main seat. That's got £1 million guarantee in that. They announced that last week. I did pop it in the Facebook group just so everyone could see that.
Wow.
So whoever wins this main leaderboard, it runs until February the 16th. This winter leaderboard, basically is going to pick up a £1,500 entry into that UK Open with a £1 million guaranteed prize pool. I mean,
that's amazing. How cool is that? Well done, Grosvenor. Yeah, incredible.
On a Sunday night. So yeah. So obviously then a couple of 250 mini seats in there as well, and then some online tickets as well. So that's all the main prizes. Mini leaderboard, which is the £5 one, has got a UK Open mini seat, £250 in that, plus then a bunch of other online seats as well. The way the points work. Very simple, basically. First place picks up 100 points, then it works its way down. 40th place picks up 10 points. If you've just played and you finish outside of those positions, you'll pick up 5 points. All of your points count across the 9 weeks. So you're kind of thinking, okay, we're in week 4. Where does that? Where do I sit then? What would I need to do if I've not played yet? Well, also on the website, you can see the actual leaderboards. So if I click on the main leaderboard, and you can see there, Renot, Tony Ross is currently top after 3 weeks, 155 points. That's not, it's not crazy. Even 10th place at the moment, which is Brian Yates, 85 points, is gets you a prize. Well, if you won 1 week, that's 100 points. Yeah. So if you've not got involved yet, or have missed out the first few weeks, over the Christmas break or whatever, very much not too late to get involved. This is game week number 4, but there's 9 in total, so well worth getting involved if you've got some time on a Sunday night and fancy doing that. What I would also add, whilst I'm just briefly on the website, I did go through this last week, but the promotion section on the Grosvenor site is cool. It's got loads of good information, and I just want to point out, I was saying to Des before we came live, the Grosvenor started the Irish Open, their Irish Open satellites this on Monday to get people playing for Team Grosvenor over at the Irish Open. I can't think how many they got last year, but there was a good decent number last year.
Bet. Yeah.
Played in that event. So basically, you can play satellites, anything from €1. Kind of goes €1 into, I think, 3 euros into 15 euros into 150 euros, and then you play for the package. And on a Sunday night, first one is tonight, started at 8:15, is the day 2, because there's a load of day ones, 150 euro day ones, and basically if you get through to 15% of the field, you take your stack through to the day 2, and they guaranteed 4 packages for tonight for the first one. 22 packages, I think it was. They got in week 1.
Amazing.
They might need a bigger team bus for Dublin. Is all I'm saying. To the guys at Grosvenor, you might need. I'm trying to think when we all met up, how many there were last year. There is a WhatsApp group. I should be able to work out how many there were last year in that group. Trying to see if I could. But it was. I've got a funny feeling it might have been 30 odd, maybe 30 or 40, something like that. But already there's going to be 22 just from tonight, and they're running these obviously for the next few months. So if you get a chance and fancy going over to the Irish Open, play the satellites with Grosvenor, because you'll also get superbly well looked after. The package is pretty cool, actually. It's an 1150 buy into the main event, which is a 2.5 million euro guarantee, plus they give you 1,100 euros in cash towards expenses. So you can choose what you want to do with that. If you've already got somewhere booked or somewhere to stay, then you can use it for buy-ins. If you need it for hotels, whatever it is you want to do, flights, whatever, you can. It's entirely up to you. So well worth getting involved with that if you can, and give it a whirl. But the fact that they've already smashed the first week, I think it's it's going to be
promising, very promising.
Popular. Yeah, so well worth getting involved if you can. So that's on the Grosvenor website. Just go and check out the poker section, promotions, and you'll see everything that they've got going on there. Loads happening at the moment, and they're Grosvenor specific satellites, so that qualifies you for Team Grosvenor. So that's not that's not kind of any sort of generic network wide or anything like that. That is solely for qualifying with Grosvenor, and I'd argue that's possibly the best place to try and win a seat if you fancy heading over to the Irish Open this Easter. That's for sure.
Yeah, one to look out for. Leigh, lots of players out there with us. So Tris was in the chat box early. Glenn Wellings is there as well. Tony Ross is there. Simon Lawler, of course, is there and says good evening to you. Simon Gaz Howard is there. Gary Hollins is out there as well. Mr. 40, Steve 40, of course. Hi, Des and Leigh. Hello, Steve. Colin McGran out there and others. So hope everybody's having a good evening. Do say hello in the chat box. Let us know how you're getting on.
I was thinking, Des, I should have. I feel like I should have. I've got a drink. I feel like I should be going tonight. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Fuel. If you, like me, need to get food, nutrition inside you, for anyone that watches the Stick to Football Overlap podcast,
they're not alone.
I might
not
actually
alone.
probably script that up and actually do that. I did this week catch up on the Martin O'Neill one, which you mentioned about last week, and it was an excellent hour and a half of football chat and banter. Very good value.
The trick is to drop your product placement in without making it look deliberate. Leigh, do you want to play some cards afterwards? You can come round to mine this weekend. Hey, we'll have a home game.
Excellent stuff. So he has absolutely ripped for those adverts that he's done. I think Jake Humphrey does quite a few of them as well for his podcast and stuff.
Oh, indeed.
But hey, make the money what you can. Yeah.
Listen, Leigh, the first deep question of the evening, and it's not how much money could you make from Huel advertising. It is, in fact, would Andy Black likely play in the Irish Open? Well, ironically, he probably will play in the Irish Open. I thought the question might have been, when's he going to be on the show? When is Andy back? Is he coming back on the stream? Gaz says, what's up, gents? Good to see you. Gareth, hope all is well at home, my friend. And Glenn says, evening all. Evening, Glenn. There we go.
Well, I did see Andy Black at the Irish Open last year. Very much was
he had a
there.
Good run as well, if I'm not mistaken, Leigh.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
He's still playing good poker.
Yeah, well, it's once you know what you're doing, it kind of it all goes well, doesn't it? Really, yeah.
Leigh,
and nicely Glyn in the chat, as I mentioned earlier on, he was leading the mini. He's now third at the moment, but still. Long way to go in that, down to 23 in that. We're down to 20 in the main at the moment. So just to confirm, we're paying the top 12. So we're 8 off the money, and then we'll start focusing in on the runners and riders that are looking like in the share. Share the just over £2,000 in the prize pool tonight in the main.
I mean, $620 first. That's great.
Yeah, very nice. Min cash tonight is 62 for a min cash, so double your money for a Sunday night. And it will be, these are all timed to finish, roughly to finish between 4.5 and 5 hours. So the idea is that they should finish sometime between 11:30 and 12 o'clock on a Sunday night. I think last week we were heads up just past midnight, weren't we? I think, if I remember rightly, it just went on for about another 5-10 minutes after the final break at 5 to the hour.
It was good.
We got a conclusion.
It was enjoyable. Steve seems somewhat surprised, Leigh. He says, when is Andy likely to be on the show again? Question marks, as if Andy hasn't previously been on the show, which of course he was.
Steve, did you miss that one? Yeah,
Steve might have missed that one. Yeah. Steve, if you go back, I think it was 2021, Leigh, episode 53. If you just go back and look for episode 53, you will hear that he was very good value on it. Leigh, it was quite short.
Wasn't it episode 53 3/4? It's like the Harry Potter platform thing.
There is some mystery.
What you've got to do is, when you get there on YouTube, Steve, what you need to do is you need to run at the screen, really, really fast, and then you'll just magically the episode will appear. That's how it works.
You'll actually appear in Andy Black's ear. And let me tell you, that's an experience.
I was going to say, which is pretty much how Dad's felt that night.
That is an experience. Meanwhile, Tris just takes the tone way down by saying, I hate poker. I hate poker. There's no my jacks. He didn't start with my jacks. Or let me tell you about ace queen. Or let me tell you about him hitting the flush. It just, I hate poker.
That'll be Tristan that's just busting 21st in the main.
I suspected that might be the case. Mr. Lawler asks an educational type question. Is there an APAT side event at the Irish Open? Leigh.
No, there isn't.
There you go.
We are over in Dublin in March. Alongside there's a St Patrick's Day festival happening at the Green Isle Hotel, and we will be there for I think we're the opening event of that festival actually. I think it's now you're going to track me on the dates now. I want to say it's something like the 14th and 15th of March, something like that. I'll have to check the website to confirm that, but it's around that sort of time.
Exactly. While you're checking, Leigh, I've got some good news.
Dates. Yeah,
so if Tris took us down a notch or two, and he did with his I Hate Poker, one Bill Shepherd says, Bill Shep is back on APAT. Glad to hear it, Bill. Hope you are well, my friend. Mr. Shepherd from Liverpool.
12th and 13th of March at the Green Isle. It will be the Irish episode. So Bill's back on there. So Bill can answer the question that we're assuming, Bill, is he down as Bill Shep, or is he co-LFC Perps that we talked about?
It's got to be Perps. Got to be Perps. It's got to be Perps. No question.
I'm assuming he's City of Liverpool FC Perps.
Yeah.
We're going to assume
he'll confirm that. I'm sure he will.
That is the case. Just looking at the main leaderboard, and I'm seeing Bjorn Heidenstrom currently in 5th place. Des,
Bjorn, he's
familiar with Bjorn.
He's from the West Country, is he not, Bjorn?
I believe Bjorn was the Championship Manager 1997 winner or something.
It was something rather unique.
Pluck some ridiculous name from there. Somebody actually after last week's show, I saw a new name in the list this week. Where has it gone? I think they may have already bust, which means maybe they weren't paying attention to everything they said. ICM Madness.
Scaramouche, can you do the fandango? Is that the one, Lee? Have I nailed it?
Yeah, so IC Madness is now playing on Grosvenor.
Who do you think IC Madness is?
I've no idea who ICM Adness is, but IC Madness. So
ICM, Lee. That's a well-known poker term, is it not? ICM?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we did covered it off last week, and I can see Bill is confirming yes. He's patch, but still proud of the Perps. So So it's been an interesting weekend with obviously Liverpool playing Accrington Stanley, which was quite
Accrington Stanley, Lee. Who are they?
Yeah, well, exactly. For those of a certain age, that all makes a lot of sense. But
I think that adverts had a good airing over the last week or two, I have to say.
Yeah. And there were still people that were doing the coverage on the TV that didn't have a clue what it was all about. Like, you think, what's going on? Some really good, interesting ties, actually. I don't know whether you call it the Tamworth Tottenham game earlier on today with Tamworth pitch.
Tamworth were a toe poke away from winning the thing in the 94th minute.
Their number 9 was a feisty strike. He was a no nonsense. Right,
really, I didn't see it.
This is my Oh, he was up to no good of the whole game. I mean, it was more than I think. Was it? It might have been Ali McCoy said. I'd like to describe him as a handful, but I wouldn't be being just towards him. He was more than a handful. He was another level.
He was both hands. All of the hands.
Which was excellent to say. So, we're at 5 to the hour, guys. So players are on a break, so you're not missing anything action-wise at the moment. I'm just clicking down the list to try and bring up the other table, and the top 4 on the chip count at the moment are all on the same table. They're all on the one I've got on the screen at the moment. So G Shergill has got 62,000. Curious George 49,000. Random name 194831 has got 32,000. Then we mentioned Bill there in 4th place with 31,000, and then Dan Williams has got 5th. Holdy Foldy still there in 6th with 26,000. The Crowbar in there as well. Cardew 21, the Mighty Doctor and Boing Blitz make up the top 10 at the moment. We're down to 16 though, Des, so we are 4 off the money as the players are just, they're going to be focusing in with 3 and a bit minutes left on this break. But we're getting close to the money, which means that we also won't be then far off our final table for the night, and we'll obviously properly focus in on the bit, the bit where they put chips in the middle and they show cards and all that kind of thing. That stuff. Stuff people really want to.
We haven't covered that since March 2020. It's been that long since we talked about poker, but we're going to do that tonight. Listen, talking about poker, I saw a YouTube video which was like really good value. I watched like a full 90-minute YouTube video, 90 minutes, the whole thing. Wow. It was, I'm going to say it was a World Poker Tour, WPT production, but it was just for YouTube. And what an interesting concept. They followed a qualifier in the WPT World Championship from prior year to last year. So this guy, won his seat for nothing, effectively came through a qualifier, and the proposition was, we're going to follow the chips. So we start with this guy, and whoever he loses his chips to, we're then going to latch on, the documentary crew going to latch on to that guy, and we're going to go all the way to the end.
Oh,
it
amazing.
was really good.
You could do that like with the FA Cup run, can't you? You pick a team
like that,
they lose, and then you follow them. That's a very clever way of doing it.
It was really smart. And of course,
yeah.
there weren't that many players, like 5 or 6 players. But they all cooperated fully. And, one guy was sort of in the seat for about 3 days. He was like, he had the crew with him. And he was like really saying, guys, this has been massively special. And you guys have really merited that because, I feel like getting attention and all of that stuff. So it was a really interesting way to watch a tournament through the eyes of one chip stack and how it, progressed through the event. Chris Moorman was, also showed up towards the end of it because that was an event that Chris made the final table of. I think he's done that 2 years in a row, to be honest, at that particular event. And he ultimately became one of the chip stack holders. Very, very good and nicely produced, But there's so much good stuff on YouTube.
Excellent. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, to be honest, it needs to be something a little bit different because, poker can get quite, it can get quite boring just watching the same old thing. So, it's quite nice if they can do something that's a little bit different and makes it a little bit more watchable, a bit more entertaining. I think just watching, a table with whole cards, unless it's got some interesting players that are actually going to make it worthwhile, it is just a little bit boring watching whole cards getting shown and you already kind of know where the way things should be played, or you're then discussing how they then played it optimally, and so I don't really care about that. I'm much more interested in the journey and people's experiences and how and why people play poker. Whenever we get people on the show, they're the more interesting questions that we tend to ask, isn't it? It's like, how did you get into poker? Why did you play? What'd you get out of it? What's the reasons? What makes it tick for you? So nice that they did something a little bit different, and I will check that out because
Steve's just said, what's the URL, which is a good sense, but I should know this, but I'm just going through my history in YouTube at the moment, and I'm sure I'll find it.
Don't post all that up, Des.
Just from the last few days.
It might be there for a while, to say the least. But we're 10 seconds away back, and the players will be back from the break. I'm just trying to see whether I can. Get a bit more info up.
There we go. I found it. Okay. So there it is, guys. I just posted that link in the chat. I'm pretty sure that is it.
Right then, so we're down to 16 now, which means 4 away from the money. Just trying to see who we've got stack-wise, who's in danger here. Short stacks. Franny looks to be the shortest. Actually, Franny and Renot have both got about 5 or 6 bigs. So Renot being Tony Ross, they're the shortest 2 at the moment. Then Tranglot and Kainlu will be next. But they're actually sat with kind of like about 11 bigs at the moment, Des, which is not anything too much to worry about. We might be a little off. This might still be reasonably tight. I guess as just watching that, as Franny has gone all in from the small blind. So there was a raise by I'll see it when their time bank. That is the most frustrating thing on iPoker, is when their time bank is in it. It's over their name. So there we go. So random name. made the initial raise. It was called by Bill, and Franny shoved pocket nines against King Jack, and the nines are going to be good, and Franny's going to get a full double up through Bill, through all FC perps. So full double up for one of the short stacks. So, well, actually, and a bit more, actually, nearly a triple up, actually, because of the initial bets that were already in play. So a nice spot for Franny there to get their chips in the middle. And
back in reasonable shape again.
Yeah, a decent shape now. So it is only, I think, Tony, Ross, Renot, that is less than 10 bigs at the moment. But obviously, Tony had a really good run last week, finished in the top 3 in both the events last week. So we know he can nurse the short stack with the best of them for as long as is required. That is for sure. So, although Tristan, is out of the poker, I've got to be happy with the football result today. It was we were chatting about it before we came on air because you didn't see much of it. It was the most bizarre game of football I've seen in a long time. But all is good. So,
whatever about the strange refereeing and stuff, Lee, you got to be happy that United. It seems like they've sort of found themselves. They found something to hook into. And that can only, if they can just keep it going for 3, 4, 5 games, you get a sense like they can all just get a bit of confidence back. They're a very good unit if they're playing confidently.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's a case of, we'll it's just getting some confidence back, as you say, and playing, playing the way you want to play. Results will eventually come. It's not going to happen overnight. But it's nice if you can pick up a few results on the way. We've got a couple of home games in the league coming up, and it'd be nice if we can get back-to-back wins in those. I think that would really add to what was a good performance at Liverpool the other week, and a good performance again today on the back of the Man City result. But the trouble is, in between, we've had ridiculous results. So this is the difficulty: is it's finding some sort of level of consistency in a league this season, which is nobody other than yourselves really got that consistency. Everybody seems to want to gift wrap the league title to Liverpool this year for some reason.
Let them do it. We're fine with that.
Man City are looks like they're entering the transfer market, and have got a number of players that they've been linked to in January. So they're looking to strengthen. I don't think there'll be too many clubs that actually will. I'm not sure whether will be doing much in January, and it depends on whether we can get players out. But Tottenham have signed a new goalkeeper. But it looks like City are actually going to splash some cash. I suppose they might as well do it now before they get the final decision on their
before they're sent down to Division 3.
Case. Yeah, so they might as well get on with it. But then also you see today, I think Kyle Walker is has announced that he wants to leave. So there's some very strange things going on in the world of football at the moment. But
it's quite a reverse by Kyle. I mean, at this stage in his career, but maybe some home truths are being spoken in that City dressing room. Because I mean, if you look at the results of the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, and it feels like they're on their way back. I mean, obviously a big old win against Salford. Not easy to get that type of result against anybody, but hell of a scoreline, and a tasty win against West Ham, I think, the previous week. So it does feel like City are, as we see, ace king from Bill here. Did he take that one, Lee, or?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Just
but it does seem like they're back, doesn't it, Lee?
Yeah, Tony's down to less than 3 bigs now, so he's going to have to make a move at some point because the blinds are going to creep round on him soon. But yeah, they're because I think they're probably too far behind this season now. But obviously they certainly will have an involvement in the top 4. But also there is a possibility they could go on an absolute run. You've not really had a blip yet this season, other than Forest. I guess, and I suppose you could argue the United game was a blip, but
no, I don't think so. Not with the way you played. It's a blip if you played terribly, but actually didn't play terribly, and for that reason, it isn't a blip. Forest, I think we had more than enough of the ball to maybe get points in the Forest game. That perhaps is a blip, but the United won on reflection. I mean, we deserved the win at Old Trafford. It was less clear. less clear at Anfield. But the interesting one for us will be up next, Forest away on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting one.
Seem to still be doing the biz. Mighty
Very
Doctor
much
is
so.
all in and gets that one through. So we're been sat here now at 16 runners for a little while. Mini's got 19 left, so they're a little bit behind us, but they did have about 10, I think 10 runners more in that event, but similar structure, so it should be. Yeah. We would expect them both to conclude around a similar time. But we're counting down to we're only now. What are we? 3 weeks away from the first APAT event of 2025, the UK Team Championship, fully sold out. As Tony Ross is all in with King Jack. Franny's got the Ace-3, and the Ace-3 is going to be good. And we're going to lose Tony, who was very, very short at that table. So we're down to 15. Yes, so UK Team event. Fully sold out for anybody that's thinking they wanted to get involved. There might be an opening for a second APAT team. We mentioned that before. We're just getting confirmation of whether that's going to be a thing or not, and if so, we'll put that out if anybody did want to get involved late on and fancy playing that. But if you're not in a team and want to still play, then there's a full schedule of events. There's a massive bounty game on the Friday night. There's also a side event on the Saturday evening, and then games on the Sunday as well. So if you know you've got friends or whatever that are up playing it, the team element of it, and you still want to come along to Dusk Till Dawn in Nottingham, then you're more than welcome to do that. So it starts on Friday the 31st of January, and then the main event, team event, runs across the Saturday the 1st and Sunday the 2nd of February. So you'll be able to do that.
Leigh, I have a question here. Steve, is Jack Grealish going back to Villa? Interesting.
I don't think so. I can't see any reason why he would. He's getting game time at City, so it would seem a bit of a strange one to do. Why would they strengthen? Why would they want to strengthen? It wouldn't be a loan deal, so it would have to be a permanent deal. Yeah. And are they going to cut their losses on him? How long? What is he, third year in? So of a 5-year contract. So they've only written down. They've probably got a good still 40-50 million on the books. It'd be a bit of a strange one to do, because I don't think Villa would pay that for him. No.
But, Pep did comment that, he needs to step back up again. I think Pep is sort of beginning to point the finger at some players now, which I think he's absolutely entitled to do. Don't know if Villa would be, his ultimate landing point.
Do you think Grealish ever? I mean, it was never worth 100 million in the first place. We said that back in the day when the deal was done. But ultimately, if a club are prepared to pay it, you take the money, don't worry about it. I think Villa have actually done very well in how they've reinvested that money as a club to see where they're at now. I think for them, it's worked out an absolute treat. And if they can get him back for a fraction of the buy, maybe they turn around and go, we can get the best out of him, and therefore they would get him back. I don't know though where he would even fit into that Villa side at the moment, because of who's there now and how they're playing. Is he going to dislodge the likes of Rodgers or Bailey or
Rodgers was outstanding,
or I mean,
having some great games.
You've got Duran and Watkins up top. Where would he even fit into that? And I think from a Villa point of view, if City want 30-40 million for him to try and at least kind of net off what they've still got on the books, it's a difficult one to justify doing it. Say potentially a loan thing, but why would City loan him back now when you're going to strengthen somebody that's actually vying for you potentially for top 4 if Villa are still in that, feel they're still in that mix and can do that? Yeah, not sure.
Chris Bean out there as well. Evening to you, Chris. Evening, gents. I've sent Leigh a little quiz if there's a lull in the action. Kerry's out there. Hello, all. I have the sound off. I have the sound off. Oh, because I'm watching American football, but thought I'd come on here anyway. Sorry, I can't hear you. Can't hear you, Kerry. Sounds off. Can't hear you.
It's wild card weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in American football, so we're getting to that point of it's all kind of coming down to now. We're only going to be trying to think when Super Bowl is. Maybe is it 4 weeks away? Maybe 5 weeks away. Well,
it's normally they normally try and tie it in with the APAT UK team, don't they? They look at our schedule when Tom announces, and they try and tie it in.
Yeah, I think it's second week in Feb or something like that. I think is his Super Bowl. Again, it's one which I should probably absolutely know. But who's your fancy for the Super Bowl, Des?
Leigh, I like the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Are they still in, Leigh?
Yeah, so Super Bowl is Sunday. Yeah, Super Bowl is Sunday the 9th.
The 9th of February. Okay. They've missed us this week. Obviously, we've gone out late.
Yeah, we're the week. Yeah, we're the week before. We moved a week earlier than they did.
Leigh, I've been working on a new softer theme tune for the APAT show. I think maybe this could be the one for 2020. You want me to just play a few of the dulcet?
You can, but it'll never. It'll
take the stream down, obviously. Well, it's not. I think we should be okay with this one because it's not actual. It's not really music, but let me see. I'm not even sure if it'll work.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Yeah.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Well, I think the Buffalo Bills, I think, are favourite to win the one side of things. I think the Detroit Lions are favourite to win the other.
There we go. Kerry, my Detroit Lions.
Potentially, it could be Buffalo Bills versus Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl. But I don't know where we're at with tonight's games yet, which I guess are I don't know who's in play at the moment. Let's have a look. Currently, Philadelphia Eagles are playing the Green Bay Packers at the moment. So,
do Tamworth have a team in Italy?
No, I don't believe Tamworth do have a team in it, unfortunately. No, definitely not. But so it's getting to that point in the season. Well, it's a short season, isn't it? American football. You can, if you think, it's so much razzmatazz with it all and everything. And actually, it starts in September and it's done by February.
For half of them, it's done in September. Half of them, they're done. They're done by then. They're star quarterbacks are normally in prison for drinking offences.
It's they have half a year off. It's when you compare it to something like basketball, where they play like about 150 games, don't they? Then it's absolutely crazy. So Kerry's a Detroit Lions fan. So there we go. So
listen, Leigh, don't talk to Kerry. She's got the sound off. She can't actually hear you. You're talking to her, but she can't hear you.
How is she talking about American football then?
I don't know, Leigh.
She doesn't know we're talking about American football.
But I tell you what, she's really into it here. Yesterday the Ravens beat Pittsburgh. It's lots of stuff. And Steve says
everything that's going on.
Have you seen the Avicii I'm Tim on Netflix? And as Leigh will attest, prior to us going live, I was playing Avicii stuff. So yes, I thought it was excellent. Have you seen that, Leigh?
I haven't yet. It's on my list of things to check out. I'm currently we're currently going through the Lockerbie thing on Sky Atlantic. We're a couple of episodes into that. Superb so far. Incredible. Really, 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 really good. Yeah, really, really good.
Wow.
Very, very well done. I mean, again, I was only about 13 when that happened.
Yeah, I remember
and I don't have that much of a recollection of it, really, weirdly. Jen does for some reason. We're the same age, and she does for some reason, but I don't have that much of a recollection of it. But yeah, it's what I've seen so far is really, really good, very well done. I'd be gobsmacked if it doesn't pick up awards and things for the way they've gone about doing it. It's good. No, it's telling the story of one particular father whose daughter died in the crash, and basically his battle to get to the truth, really. And I don't want too many spoilers, but obviously it's a story of what happened. He's gone out and met Colonel Gaddafi out in Libya and stuff, and like it's phenomenal. 2 episodes in, really, really good. I would highly recommend watching that. Been lots of good telly over Christmas, actually. It's
I've watched two things fairly recently, Lee. The first of them, very positive. I hadn't ever watched it when it first came out, but Mad Men. So I've started watching the first season. Excellent. Really enjoying that. Really enjoying that.
Really good. Yeah.
The second one, not so good. Give it a shot if you want to, but there's something, oh my God, what's it called? Departure, I think, to do with like an investigative unit for an airplane crash. Personally, I'm not feeling it. I won't say any more than that. It's produced beautifully, looks great, but just didn't hang together for me. But all of our tastes are a little bit different, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's. I think I know the one you mean. Yes, and I would tend to agree with you. I think I may have watched that's not the one which. The first seasons are to do with like a plane crash, and then the second season they switch it to like a train crash or something, or maybe I got as far as the second season. I'm not sure. But
the second season isn't on my route map of TV.
Yeah.
So let's see. Bill remarkably says, "Don't get Brian Yates on here." It feels like that's just come from left of centre. It feels like that's a personal gripe between Bill and.
Yeah.
And Brian, Bill is sort of saying, look, I'm never coming back if you get Brian Yates on here. I don't know. Dan says, let's go Dolphins. Oh, so maybe the Dolphins.
Probably, the Dolphins don't ever do anything, do they? I don't think. They're, no. Isn't there another, who's the guy? Is it, the Poker News reporter, Chad, he's a massive Dolphins fan, I think, and you just follow him on. If you follow him on X, it's the misery of the same. It's like same season, Groundhog Day, here we go again, kind of thing. So yeah.
Steve says, "Are you into the Traitors on the BBC?" I watched the first season, really quite enjoyed it, but then just didn't get into the second. And when I say didn't get into it, I mean I didn't watch it, and couldn't find anyone to watch it with. In the house, and I didn't watch it then. So you enjoyed the first one, but actually,
it's kind of must-watch TV for us. Although it kind of feels like it's got a little bit like it's they keep saying, "Oh, we're doing new stuff," and you're like, "Well, it's not really new stuff. It's just it's there." But obviously, it is always still interesting to see how people choose to play the game. And how they go about it, and how sometimes you think you're going in with the greatest game plan, and there's nothing. In a way, it's got quite a lot of similarities to poker, because I love the fact that actually sometimes things are just completely out of your control, and you can think you're in a safe place and everything's good.
Suddenly bang,
you've got the best hand and everything, and then all of a sudden that turn and river card come and you go.
Somebody in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Somebody in the back of the room saying, "Look at him over there. He looks like he's in a safe place. It's him."
Happened with a guy this week that got banished, and you're kind of like, how did he
get around to that?
But it did. So nothing you can do about it. Yeah.
Bill says. Sorry, Lee. Going back to
that was the one I was going to. That's the one I was going to pick up on. Yeah.
Family's actually portrayed. I've praised Colin Firth. Excellent. Steve says best season ever so far. I guess that's the Traitors. Kerry says I need to catch up, so no spoilers. I'm going to imagine that's not Mad Men. That's possibly Departure. No, it must be the Traitors, I guess.
It'll be Traitors. Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Bill said, American football reference about Brighton. Nothing bad. That's good to hear. Bill goes on to say, Platform 7 on ITVX was very good. Haven't heard of Platform 7. What is that? Bill, is that a fictional...
Is
Platform 7?
Bill, the one with the ghosts that die on the platform, and and I don't want to give away too much more than that, but is it to do with the fact that actually they're people that die at the platform and then can see each other? Tell me if that's the one it is, then yes, I agree. Yeah. I can't remember what it was called, but I think it is Platform 7. It's superb if it is. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Sean was watching something about a couple that buy a hotel or something, and the wife
Ghost.
or the girlfriend, ghosts,
That's BBC. Yeah.
That looks super funny.
Yeah.
Those moments in
That's
that
been
were
sold-
hilarious.
That's been sold. That's a comedy. That's been sold to. I think it's an American version
gone to the
of,
States,
of
has
that
it?
now as well. Yeah.
That looks really
that's
funny.
huge. Yeah, no, it's that's a huge series that's done really, really well for itself. This is a bit more of a serious thing, but I think that's the one. I think it's called Platform 7 anyway. I think that's the one. It's based on a book, if I remember rightly.
So Leigh, listen.
Normally, when we watch this stuff, you see, Jen's already read the book. You see,
Oh, right. Okay.
that's how this normally works. Is Jen's normally read the book, or between Jen and our cleaner, between the two of them, they've read the book, and then it's like, and you're then going, okay, so why are we watching this TV program if you read the book? Then, yeah.
In our house, we've normally, read the comic, Leigh. That's typically the way it is down here, down south, as it were. Bad news for Kerry, out 17th. Missed the money. Oh, not good. Bill says, killed it already.
I don't know whether that's killed it already, or if I've just spoiled it for everybody. I don't think I have, because I think it
just spoiled it.
No, I think it pretty much is a kind of like it is. That's kind of the premise that they tell you about before. Yeah, unfortunately, Kerry finished. We're down to 16 now in the mini, so we are just 2 off the money.
Good run, though.
And with
Good
three
run.
three off the money in the main. So we've been stuck at 15. We lost. I mean, since we've lost Tony Ross, nobody wants to leave this this main. Still 15 players remaining, but of course that just means they are then all starting to kind of dwindle a little bit chipwise. So although it was only Tony that was less than 10 bigs, well, now we've got a bunch of players that are less than 10 bigs. In the meantime, random name 194831 is all in, and got a bunch of players to get through. First of all, let's see if they do. It's a similar stack to 17 PRH, who's in the big blind, so they're not going to make the call. But yeah, there's a lot of players now that are now below that 10 bigs mark. On this table, Franny is now back down to 9 bigs. 17 PRH is down to 9 bigs as well. On the other table, Brian Yates, Boinglitz, is down at 7 bigs. Tranglot has got 9. Cardew 21 has got 5 bigs. The Crowbar's got 8. So we've got a bunch of players that are looking like they're clinging on, trying to get the money.
It's going to hurt.
But we basically got to lose 3 more, as we've got an all-in on the other table, which is Cardew shoving for 4.5 bigs. So there's a possibility. The big blinds there got 15 bigs in total. So it's difficult to know. As Dan says, average stack is 10 bigs now. So we are really going to see Cardew gets that one through. Back on the other table, 17 PRH shoves their 9 bigs out of the small blind. Again, it's 15 bigs sat in the big blind for the Mighty Doctor. Very difficult to make the call. We're at that point, similar to where we were last week, Des, if you remember us talking about it, about what do you call with back on the other table, and Boinglitz, Brian Yates has made the shove under the gun for 7 bigs this time. Tough for anybody to want to make the call.
No, you got to have something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not going to. As Dan says, who is Bjorn Heiderstrom, it's with 10 bigs as an average stack, it's very difficult to want to make the move. So if you can time it right and get them through, as Tranglot shoves for 9 bigs under the gun, and again gets that one through. So there's a lot of shoving going on here between these two tables, as we're 3 off the money.
Do we know who Tranglot is, Leigh? Because that name rings bells with me. I'm sure it does. Not sure, obviously. If you're out there, if anybody knows, just let us know in the chat.
Are they a campologist?
I have no idea, but I just seem to recall it from past experiences. Leigh, Bill's got a question for you. He said, did you just say you're cleaner, Leigh? How big is your mansion? What? It's for his car. It's for his car, Bill. He has a cleaning team for his car, one for his garden, and one for the inside of the house. It's those southern softies, Bill. They need staff.
I'm just disappointed that my campanologist comment just went whoosh over your head. It's
Well, yeah. What can I say? What can I say?
Does anyone, maybe people don't know what a campanologist does?
No, did it involve popular films from the 1960s?
No. A campanologist is somebody that is interested in bell ringing.
Really?
Or bells or bell ringing. Yeah, campanologist.
Bell ringing, but bell ringing as in the choral sort of bell ringing type.
Yeah, well,
thing,
I think it could be. Yeah, I think it's more maybe just bells in general, but it's very much music. Yeah,
was that a link back to season 1 of The Traitors? Was it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Kerry supports my side of the argument by saying, "I have no idea what that is," but she won't have heard that, Leigh. She won't have heard that.
No, because she's watching American football, so she's not going to pay any attention to.
Brian Frew will know this. Bell ringer, he says, but of course it's just one step away from being a flute player to being a bell player. So
exactly,
never in doubt that Brian would know that.
Yeah. I think Brian Frew just writing bell ring is just being offensive towards you, Des. I think it's just a typo. I think that's all that is. That's just.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, the all-ins are still going on here on this main event. It's random name who's shoving this time for 8 bigs, gets that through. Brian Yates, Point Blitz is all in on the other table. Cardew was calling for pretty much their stack out of the big blind, couldn't do it. So Cardew 21 is down to 3.5. Well, including what they've got, it's 4 bigs. They're down to bottom right, and Kainlu has made the shove for 22 bigs into 2 short stacks now in the blinds here. Cardew's got 4 bigs, Crowbar's got 6, and they're both letting it go. So say it's a perfect time to try and start flexing some muscles if you can. And interestingly,
here we go.
Next hand has done exactly the same thing again. So shoved again and gone, all right, well, if no one else is going to play here, I'm just going to start hoovering up some chips. Knowing that actually worst case, they're going to get called off here by 10 bigs out of their 25 big stack. So
yeah, got to do it.
If they're unfortunate with the timing, so be it. There's nobody on the table that's got any more than 10 bigs now. So when they're playing 25, so what would you do on that table? You'd start really just going for it, wouldn't you? And seeing if you can hoover up some chips before hitting this, before we get to this final table. Still 15 left.
In chat, Leigh, Kerry says, wow, learned something new there. Steve, on the same topic, said, we moved to the centre of Hereford. They bell ring on a Tuesday and a Sunday. Lovely to listen to them in the garden in the summer with a glass of wine. Good vision, I have to say.
We Christmas Day, when we were out walking the dogs early Christmas Day morning, sort of 9:30 in the morning, and we do a big loop and walk through some fields and stuff like that, and then you hear the church bells ringing out on Christmas Day morning over the fields. It was kind of crisp morning, lovely. Yeah, really, it's got a nice feel about it. It's still a thing that happens. It's quite nice.
Kerry does confirm she is in fact listening to us now. We apologise for the content, Kerry.
Crowbar's ace queen up against Kainlu's pocket fours, and it's going to be a double up for the crowbar, and I guess that's the problem.
That's the danger.
It's a flip, but obviously for Kainlu, they still got 24 big. So they started the shoving about 3 or 4 hands ago.
Yeah,
and they had about 24. Well, okay, they won 3 or 4. Then have just doubled up one of the short stacks.
Yeah.
They're not in any worse position than they were.
But not an unreasonable hand. It had outs and
exactly. And
chance you're ahead.
If they'd have won that flip and bust somebody, they'd have been up around 35 bigs. So they'd have gone from 24 bigs to 35 bigs by just being aggressive at this point in the tournament as we're on the money bubble. So you can fully understand why somebody that's got a stack of 20 plus bigs at the moment is not just going, well, yeah, I'm just going to go for this, because as the levels are going up, it's getting pretty painful. Cardew there now has got 3 bigs. Curious George on the other table has just done exactly the same sort of shove from the button into 2 shorter stacks. They've got 25, a stack of about 25 bigs as well. So yeah, it's the right thing to do, right play. And Dan's decided to do it with his 10 big blind stack. Let's see whether this works out okay for him. If he can get through Kanelu, he's only got 3 shorter stacks after that.
Yeah. Kanelu's taking time here, Leigh. Let it go.
Yeah, it's fold all the way around. Holdy is in the big blind. And so, so Dan gets that one through.
3 bigs. Thank you.
And this is what you've got to do. You basically just got to duck and dive a little bit here and pick the spots. Cardew is all in under the gun for 2.85 bigs. I'm going to guess we're going to see a call here.
We're not getting that through, I'm afraid.
Somebody is going to call this off. And interestingly, it's Mayat that does, for only leaving about 5 bigs behind.
Surprised it wasn't a push, Leigh, just to,
Yeah, now Dan could have made the call for 1.85.
Yeah. Well, that's worked out for Mayat.
And it's worked out for Mayat on the board. Obviously, there were potential outs after the 2 9s hit, but we lose. We lose another player, so we are now down to 14. Meanwhile, back on the other table, raise from Curious George 2 bigs, min flick. The Mighty Doctor has shoved all of their 8.88 big blinds in. Decision on 2 players in the blinds first of all. Random name folds, and G Shergill has got a decent stack there, actually 25 bigs in the big blind. Does fold. So are we going to see a call here from Curious George? No, we're not. So Mighty Doctor gets that one through. Kanelu back at it on the other table, basically causing absolute carnage to these shorter stacks. Just getting the chips in pre, not even worrying about it. And I thought for a second though Dan was going to fold, I was going to shove there, but
it didn't happen.
But let's see what happens blind on blind. So 2 off the money now, and are they going to see a flop? I mean, how exciting this thing! A flop.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
They can actually play some poker here. But as Dan pointed out, when average stack is sort of 10 bigs, it's difficult to be doing much else really. I guess with 3.5 hours into the comp, so it's always going to get to a pinch point around the money where it does get super tight. We're in the money in the mini leaderboard.
Well done, everyone.
Now down to 12. So congratulations to everybody. Jam Sandwich is currently chip leader in that one. Closely followed by Knob Donkey, and then Brian Yates is in third. So Brian going well in both events tonight.
He's a very consistent player, Leigh. Obviously strong PLO player, but very consistent.
He might be the only one that's still in both. Yeah, I think he is the only one still in both tonight. So. Although he's got his work cut out in this main, because he is down to 5.5 bigs here, and he's in the big blind on this particular hand. Hand brewing on the other table. There's a little raise from G Shergill on the button, and Bill Shepherd's no nonsense from the small blind repops it to 8 bigs and says, "Okay, let's play if you want to," and G Shergill gets out the way. So on we go, and Brian had to let that one go as well. So let's see whether he's in the small blind this time, playing 4.5 bigs. You kind of assume if it folds round to Kanelu on the button here, there'll just be a shove. What do you think?
Yeah, he will take that. Yeah, agree.
Franny is all in for 3 bigs in the small blind, being called by Curious George in the big. It's Ace King for Franny up against 9-7 for Curious George. 7 on the flop, king on the turn. Franny's going to get a double up on the other table. Let's see whether Kane-Lou does what we think Kane-Lou will do. Nope. Obviously not a good hand this time, or not wanting to risk it. So Brian does, and he's going to get that through. It's very cagey, this, isn't it? Yeah.
It is a bit. But I suppose, when points are involved, leaderboards, again, it becomes less of an about tonight thing. You just have to be disciplined and keep your head down, and just every point is worth earning. Yeah,
no, absolutely. Just in answer to Kerry's question, why these cards, they're quite ugly. I'm assuming you're not referring to the backs of the cards. I'm assuming you're referring to the others. It's simply, the only reason I picked that deck of cards is it's just they're super visible on the stream. Sometimes it can go a bit blocky when we're sharing this, because we screen grab this and then it gets uploaded and then it gets sent back down to you guys to watch. So I'm always very cautious. So I try and pick these just simply because the color really sticks out. Yeah, that's the reason I do it. So 5s against jacks, 5 on the flop, Jack on the turn for Tranglot, and we're going to lose Brian. That's pretty brutal. Obviously, 5s into jacks to hit the 5 and then lose out is pretty gutting for Brian, but he is going to depart in 13th, I think he was in the end. I think we're one off, or maybe 14th. No, 14th. So we're one off the money now. So we're playing hand for hand now. That's the only reason I picked the full color deck, is just that it makes it really obvious on the screen, because I'm never sure what devices people are watching things on and or whatever. So if they do want to see it, it's pretty damn obvious what suit it is and what's going on. That's the only reason for that choice. And if it's the red backs, I can change that. That's just that. I don't really bothered about that. It's just but I'm assuming it's the 4 color.
Yeah, it was indeed the 4 color.
I tend to play it online. You can get 4 color decks for live, but I wouldn't really ever appeal to me. But I do tend to find I play the 4 color decks online. Just gives me
less chance of making a mistake, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Bjorn is all in from the small blind. Big blind's got a pretty similar stack size here, which is it's the crowbar, difficult one to make the call. So we are just playing hand for hand here now.
Bill says, love listening to this while I'm in the game. That no nonsense rise comment made me smile. Oh, that's good. That is good.
Well, it's always difficult, isn't it? Because we don't see whole cards, so you're just making assumptions on what people are doing. And sometimes, in a way, it's a good way to play poker, isn't it? It's you're just kind of like, you don't need to know what the cards are. You're just looking at spots and going, well, okay, the chances are they're at this year. You're not getting any tells from players here, are you? So actually, to a certain extent, it's you're playing position, you're playing stack size, you're playing the situation rather than necessarily the cards. So we can sit here and say, well, yeah, that's what I probably do there. They've been raising it up 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna give that a go. Interesting hand actually on Bill's table. Talking about him, King 6 King was the flop, and G Shergill bet out. Franny showed a king that they'd folded, they'd folded. So Bill's sitting there quite nicely on 16 bigs at the moment, and we are one off the money. They're getting very close to a final table in the mini, down to 9 now, so we're not far off the final table of 8 in that. Jam Sandwich still leading the way. And all in and a call on the other table. It's King 10 for Myatt, and Kane-Lou's got the Queen 6, and it's going to be a full double up for Myatt. Kane-Lou's gone 10. Now from that's. It's just kind of flips it down really. Kane-Lou started that with about 20 bigs, and has basically doubled up Myatt.
Bit loose if you're in that type of pot with Queen 6. There's no other way to dress that up. Simon says, and I'm going to resist. Are we down to the business end, Des Duffy? We are indeed down to the business end, but I'm going to resist. What the hell?
It's business. It's business time.
Time for business, it's business time. Whoa. There we go. Kerry says, "Oh, I see Grosvenor doesn't have another 4-colored deck. I thought they had more than one, so it must be just the one there." Sai says, "Could you fold a king there, Leigh? Could you fold a king there?"
I'm trying to think where Franny was in the hand. Was Franny in the big blind? Franny might have been in the big blind actually then, so possibly. All hell's breaking loose here. I'm just getting messages telling me that Stoke City have recalled Nathan Lowe from their Walsall loan, Des.
Shocker.
Which is extraordinary stuff. Walsall currently flying high in League 2.
How is Paul, by the way?
Well, he's devastated at
I was
this.
going to say.
Their top scorer. They're 13 points clear at the top of League 2, and Stoke have recalled him.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Which is going to have a serious dent on their on potential. So obviously, I also had him at 33-1 to be the top scorer in League 2 at the beginning of the season as well. And which is a bit of Paul thinks it's a shame. He's apologising, saying, "Sorry, mate, came about out of the blue." To be honest, it's already happened. But what Paul doesn't know is I cashed out on it the other day because I pretty much had a feeling I knew what was coming.
Happen.
So
Stoke had a decent win in the cup over the weekend. Who did they get in the 4th round, Leigh? I get a feeling they got a decent
new manager. They've got another championship side. It's the last one out of the hat, and I want to say Cardiff or something like that.
Yeah, I think you could be right. It was Cardiff, actually. It was Cardiff. They're at home. Yeah. Nobody wants to go to Stoke on a Tuesday night, of course.
Obviously, they've got a new manager in now, in there as well, at Stoke, having got rid of the last manager. I want to say it's Mark Robbins. Does that seem right?
Well, we know he left his role at Coventry, I want to say some months back, 3-4 months back.
I want to say it's Mark Robbins, I think. Let's see if we can confirm that. I'm pretty sure it is, actually. But yeah, so that's just news break. I know we have a number of Walsall fans that are that regularly watch the show. It is.
So, Mark Robbins, according to Simon. Tell me, Leigh, and you guys out there in the chat box, and ladies, of course, Big Sam, the names that have been talked about in management circles for years and years and years, are they gone? The days of the 20 club manager, will parachute him in to save your club from relegation. Are those guys finished now?
Fanny's all in with pocket twos, gets a double up through Bill. Unfortunately for Bill.
Unlucky Bill.
But Franny only had about sort of 3 bigs. So, yeah. Yeah, I think they are interesting. Obviously, it's
Neil. What's his name? There's a bunch of them.
What's gone on this? But it's interesting what's gone on this week with Moyes going back to Everton, which is.
It's funny enough. I quite liked that. Nobody's liked it, but actually, I quite liked it. There's a certain symmetry, because I don't think Moyes did a bad job at West Ham. I mean, in some respects, he did an amazing job at West Ham. With all of the European success that they'd had, and I mean, he had a reasonable record at Everton. But from a timing point of view, of course, you get that bit older and it does seem odd, but they need discipline. They just need to settle down, really. They haven't got a bad team, but what they must not do is get relegated this season.
No. Otherwise, the whole move to the new stadium becomes a bit of a problem, doesn't it? But
This is a great bit of chat. Bill says, "Wow, that news to me was like having to fix your forward in your Sabutio team because you flicked his leg off." That might be one of the great comments of all time on the APAT show, Leigh. And without context, it's really quite dodgy.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure quite which bit of the conversation he's relating to me.
And then he says, "As I post that, I get mullered again." So, it could be poker related. We've slightly, fallen wide of the poker topic over the last few minutes.
Yeah, but we are still hand for hand here on the money bubble. It's gonna go at some point. The crowbar is all in for 7 bigs, and got to get through Caneloo and Tranglot. Both got got a call from Caneloo. It's kings versus ace 8.
Oh, timing.
Ace on the turn is going to do for the crowbar.
Wow,
and
a lucky
that is
crowbar.
going to be the bubble burst. Congratulations to the 12 remaining players. Let me give a quick name check to Curious George, G. Shergill, Maya 897, Caneloo, Tranglot, The Mighty Doctor, Random Name, 17PRH, COLFC Perps, Franny the Crowbar, Bjorn Heidenstrom, and Holdy Foldy. You are all in the money tonight. Very well done. Guaranteed £62, looking to make 10 times that and pick up £623 up top for the winner. One of the 12 is going to do that.
Wowzers.
Now, no nonsense. We're getting straight on because Bill's moved to the other table and straight away all in with kings, and he's bust Dan. Pretty much first hand of the after the money bubbles burst. Bjorn Heiderstrom is gone in 12th place at the hands of Bill Shepherd, and we're down to 11 very quickly. I think now the money's gone, we'll see a few exits happen quite quickly
I think
here
so.
with the guys that were really super short. I think Holdy Foldy's playing about 3 bigs, 2.5 bigs. Michelle's got there. Franny is all in on the other table. This could get a bit action packed for a few minutes here. Des, Franny's all in for 5 bigs. Big blind there's got 7 bigs in total, but random name shows a deuce and says, I'm not going anywhere. Apologies, Steve 40, if you think you've tuned into a poker show. Not sure what you think you're watching. Tranglong is all in under the gun on the second table, been called by Holdy Foldy for her 2.3 bigs. 3 players. Is Caneloo going to get involved? Caneloo's involved as well with Jacks. Jacks versus Queen 10 versus Ace Queen. Absolute carnage. If the Jacks hold, the Jacks are going to hold. We're going to bust 2.
Wow.
Holdy Foldy's going to go in 11th. Tranglong is gone in 10th, so we're down to 9. We're 1 off the final table. I did say this was
Just
going to be
rapidly.
absolute carnage. Ace 8 versus Ace King on the other table. It's the Ace 8 at risk. He's hitting 8, so there's clubs out there, and he's going to Franny dodges, and actually Franny might have bust. Or have they gone to balance the table? No,
I think they've balanced, Lee. I don't think it was a bust, though.
No, wasn't a bust. 17 PRH is all in under the gun for 4.68 bigs. Are we going to get a caller?
All action.
3 to get through. 3 to get through.
While you're doing that, Lee, Dan says, bloody card dead on the bubble. Then walk into that. Same as last week.
Go.
Unlucky
Franny's
Dan.
made the call with Ace 7. Ace 7 against Queen Jack. Needs to hit Queen or Jack. Jack on the turn. He's going to be good for 17 PRH. Double up for them. Franny now down to 9 bigs. That entire table, Curious George has got 20 bigs. The rest of them have got between 7 and 10 on that table. Other table have got a few more chips. They've all got about 12 bigs at least. Caneloo's got 26. So Caneloo is chip leader at the moment. But yeah, the other table, actually Myatt's got 20 as well. So the other table's a bit more stable. So it might be that all the action happens on this one. Let's see how this plays out. One more, and we're going to be on a final table. They're down to 7 in the mini. So Jam Sandwich with a comfortably nearly double the second place stack at the moment on that mini. Looking in good place at the moment. Bob Mouse still going strong in that, in 7th of 7, but well in the money now. So well done to you. Franny all in.
Oh, it's gone quietly. It's gone quiet. Either that or the stream is frozen.
No, we're all good. So we did have a little pay jump when we got to 10th, but for like about £2.50 or something like that. So the guys have got locked up £65 now. Next pay jump is when we get to 8th on the final table and it goes to 70. So Franny's not hanging about here.
On that Caneloo one.
Yeah, Franny's not hanging about here. Just right, I'm going to start getting my chips in the middle here. Let's go for this. I've got 10 bigs. No nonsense. I'm in the money. If you want to get, it's tough to just kind of duck and dive here with still 9 players left with 10 bigs. you basically need to just go, right, am I going to try and build a bit of a stack here and get myself in a position where I can actually try and finish in the top three. The top three places are all picking up £250 plus tonight. So with 9 left, obviously ICM becomes a massive thing. If you're wondering what ICM is, you just tune into the video from last week's show.
Absolutely.
We explain it beautifully for anyone interested.
I've got it here, Leigh.
Lee, a couple of comments here. So Trish says Dan Saban is run good for a few weeks' time. See what he did there. Okay. Dan goes on to say, lol, 25% and 2 flips. Interesting ICM call with 5s. Now, for anybody who, and I don't want to put you on the spot here, but for anybody who might not...
all in on 2 tables here, Des.
Let's do it, Leigh. Let's do it.
So the Mighty Doctor's just lost against Aces and has got 0.02 of big blind, so that's in. The other one on the other table ended up getting through, I think. So we're likely to lose the Mighty Doctor here, I think. Although 17 PRH has made the shove. So we've got 3 other players still in the hand. They all going to get out the way. It's Ace-10 versus 6-4, 6-4 at risk. Mighty Doctor hits a 6. And is going to pick up
it'll be small.
0.1 of a big blind.
Yeah, it's negligible, Leigh. Negligible.
It's but so lives to fight another day. This could be the greatest comeback of all time. This isn't even a chip in a chair. This is this is something much less than that. It's a real pot building on the other table. 12 bigs in the middle on a board of Jack 4, Queen 5. It's 2 of the big stacks here. G Shergill and Kainlu that are involved in this hand. They've checked it down. They've very much slowed up here. Ace Queen's going to win it. Mighty Doctor's all in with Ace-7 against the 10-8 of 17 PRH. And the Ace-7 is going to get through again. So we're up to half a big blind now. This could be the greatest comeback of all time. They're in the big blind. Mighty Doctor's in the big blind this time, so it's all in whatever happens. This would be extraordinary. Was it 0.02 of a big?
Impossible, Leigh. Impossible.
I think it was 0.02 of a big was the what they had
starting
left
point
in the hand against random name where they can run into the aces. So they're going to get called by Franny anyway if no one else gets involved here. It's King 4 against Ace 9. King 4 at risk. Going to need to be a king or a 4. And it's not to be. Unlucky. So we are down to our final table. And
well done, everybody. Kerry says the £5 win quick down to 6 already. So that was a couple of minutes ago. I don't know if we're still at 6, but we're at a final table of the mini as well, Leigh.
Yeah, we are. Let me and they're on a break.
They're on a
5 to the hour. So what I will do is let me just move that one over there, and whilst we're doing that, I'll just bring the mini lobby up on the screen. Hopefully you can see that.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
We can see. So that's where we're at. So 6 players left in that, and £112 up top.
Nice.
So winning that tonight. So with 6 left, the guys have got locked up £19. Douglas Dew, Bob Mouse, Resonance Witch, Knob Donkey, Jam Sandwich, and Raw AI Flush 73.
Good luck, folks. Some money to be won.
They are the remaining players in there, and we have our final table in our main tonight. 76 players started this. We are down to 8. They've all got locked up now, £70. So G Shergill is our chip leader with 107,000. Curious George in second with 59,000. Myatt 46. Random Name with 39. Franny with 36. Kainlu with 33. 17 PRH with 32. And Bill Shepherd, Col FC Perps with 28,000. So even so, Bill is a short stack with 10 bigs on this final table. Chip leader has got 35 bigs. very much all to play for everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Pretty tight. I don't know if we have time here, Leigh. Chris says, fire up the quiz, lads. ICM may feature. Don't know what firing up the quiz involves. If it involves setting up windows and stuff, it's going to be a struggle with the final table about to kick off. Certainly if it's anything like the last few minutes.
Let me see.
Bill says, not much Christmas brandy left now. All the best guys and gals around tonight. Yeah, have a good rest of evening,
okay.
Bill.
Right, okay, it's only connect one. Okay, let me see if I can do it. Right, we've got 2 minutes, and we've got 3 minutes to do this quiz, and we've got 2 minutes left on the counter. We'll be good. Right, we'll be good. Right.
Okay. Oh wow, that's ready? Cool. Yeah.
Can you see that?
It's a bit small. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is like the only connect thing. So we're looking at. Right. Okay. We've got song titles in here. Toy Boy's a song title. Wishing on the Stars.
Umbrella song title.
Is Umbrella a song title? Yeah. But why would it be? Are they all Rihanna song titles?
Is that Rihanna? Umbrella.
Hang on. So Macho and Toy Boy are both Sunita song titles, aren't they?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Bloody hell. OMD is a group. TLC is a group. Are we just poker terms?
There's poker terms, VPIP, ICM, HUD.
ICM, HUD, and OOP.
GTO.
Yeah, okay, right. That's the first group done. Right, so GTO. Well, GTO must be something else. Game theory.
Optimal. I thought that was a poker term, but
OMD is definitely a group, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long we got left? We got
orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
Yeah. So Toy Boy. So Macho is a song. I think Toy Boys. I want to say they're Sunita songs, but they might not be. Cross My Broken Heart sounds like a song. Circle of Life.
Circle of Life, is that the Elton John one?
Yeah, but why would that be? Bizarre Love Triangle. Have they just got? Are they just shapes? Wishing on a Star, triangle, circle, heart. Are they just shapes?
Heart doesn't fit there.
I'm going to go with that.
Heart.
I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
No, it's not that. Okay. We're running out of time.
GTO is also Sunita, according to Cy. Cy Allen is out there.
Is it? So we're going to go Toy Boy, So Macho, and Cross My Broken Heart.
Oh yeah! Look at that, boom
right,
chaka.
Now we got three lives to get the last.
No idea.
And we got a minute left.
Well, you've got triangle, circle,
star, circle, triangle, and something else. Then umbrella, triangle, circle. Oh, it's not the things from Squid Games, the shapes on Squid Games.
Give it a go. No? Give it a go. Yeah. Circle, yeah. Oh, look at that. Deep.
How good are we? And then we get bonus points if we can say what they actually are then.
Very good.
We'll say poker terms. Let's see how we're doing with this. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll have poker terms. So we're going to say Sunita songs, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going Sunita songs. Oh,
beautiful.
Wow, this is good.
Smashing it.
Right, are we just going...
Yeah, Squid Game.
Squid Game shapes? Squid Game shapes?
Yeah, go on.
Look at that. Right, I've no idea. Is this bands? Is this groups?
Yeah. Bands.
Yeah.
Groups. Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, it's music artists. Okay, yeah. That's
acronyms. Okay. Yeah.
That's what we meant.
Good. Short and sweet.
I believe we were. We're going to give that 5 out of 5 as quality. And how difficult was that? That seemed quite.
Well, you've got to know your Sunita, or you were sort of a bit stuffed.
Chris Bean, that was superb. Very well done indeed. Thank you very much. I think we did all right with that, actually.
Well, you did. You did well. I spectated very consistently
from the chat, confirming the Sunita. I mean, who knew Simon Allen was a Sunita fan? I mean, hey, yeah, we're like,
so macho.
yeah. Excellent stuff. Thank you
GTO
very
though.
much.
What is the Sunita song
Thank you very
GTO?
much. I've no idea. Yeah, I've absolutely no idea. Well done, Chris Bean. Thank you very much for that. That was superb fun. Well done indeed. Do love those. Love Only Connect with Victoria Corin Mitchell. It is absolute must watch viewing on a Monday night for us. Never miss it. They did eight Christmas episodes this year, Des. It was fantastic. Nothing better than sat there watching Only Connect Christmas specials.
Oh yeah. That was good. That was good.
Very, very good indeed. Now, do love that. We'll have to do some more of those because last time Chris was on, he did one of those for us, and they're great fun. And I'll tell you what I did before Christmas. Paul was down for a couple of days, and we did an escape room in an envelope. Jen got me an escape room in an envelope. Simple as that. So you open the envelope and away you go. Oh, fantastic fun for about an hour or so. The three of us doing that. Lots of different puzzles and quizzes. As Bill's all in with the Queens against the Ace King of Random Name, and the Queens are going to be good for Bill. Nice. And there we go. Our short stack doubles up. And is now sat on about 15 bigs. Yeah, so basically you just got like about 8 or 9 different puzzles to do, and it sends you all over some crazy stuff to do. Wouldn't spoil it just because anyone wants to do one of them, but yeah, you've really got to kind of think out the box, and yeah, you're making telephone calls and going on random websites that they've set up and that kind of thing. So great.
Chris says, I heard GTO on Top of the Pops on BBC4 on Friday, and it provided the inspiration. Nice one. Very good. Nice one.
Very good indeed. Love it. I'm on about my third different Sherlock Holmes pastiche over the Christmas period as well. I had a couple that I'd saved up that were Christmas set around Christmas time, so I'd save those up to read those. And yeah, I'm currently on those, which always gives me kind of inspiration for going, I should do more puzzle setting and that kind of thing, and it's all good fun.
Sean and I went on a mystery murder train once, a steam train in Llangollen. It was fun. That's all I can say.
I've never done an actual escape room, a real life escape room.
Yeah. Ace has done a lot of that.
Never done one.
Hasn't he? I mean,
Ace has done loads.
Were you tempted, or are you tempted now?
No, we nearly did one in Vegas, and just I think the timing was wrong on it, so we couldn't do it. I quite enjoyed doing it. So Jen just got me that for before Christmas, and was just like, and Paul happened to be down. I said, well, look, let's we'll sit and do that. And it's good fun. I quite enjoy the kind of the puzzle things, and obviously we've applied to try and. We applied last year to try and get onto Only Connect, David, JP, and myself. But
did anything come back of it?
No, we weren't successful last year. We can apply again this year, and I know Chris does online Only Connect quizzing kind of every week. I think they say. He has asked me to come on, to join them a couple of times when they've been short of a player. But see, what's always put me off is he told me one week they turned up and one of the people from the chase was on the opposing team, and it's kind of like made me go, yeah, I'm not sure I want to be sitting there for a couple of hours, looking rather.
It was Bradley. It was Bradley Walsh though. So you're going to be completely fine.
It would have been all right. Yeah, it would have been okay. So yeah, it would have been okay. But I'm still gobsmacked at Simon Allen's Sunita knowledge. I mean, that's going to run and run. I mean, do you realise that we're not ending that? Yeah, that's just going to be ongoing now. Very, very impressive.
I have to say, though, it was pretty brave of him to come out of the closet with that.
Not only can he stand in for Jen Mason, but he's actually a Sunita fan as well. But didn't she date Simon Cowell at some point?
Oh, she did. Yeah. I think they're still quite fond of each other. Bill says, I work in an escape room. No, actually, I don't. I work in a prison. Easily confused. Brilliant. Porridge. Do you remember Porridge? Good. Yeah, Porridge probably before your time. Classic old British comedy.
Definitely not. There was a I shouldn't give Only Connect stuff away just because I know some people do watch it on a catch up. So you say, oh, there was that question there, and then it ruins it for them when they actually do it. So I won't give any spoilers to any recent Only Connect shows.
I'm not even ashamed. He's not a closet Sunita fan. He's a Sunita fan. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely, yeah. No, nothing wrong with that in the slightest.
Good news for Steve. He says he's going straight.
Yeah, lovely. It's nice to know. I have put off putting the new pun calendar up on the APAT Show group that we have, because I wanted Chris to enjoy January, so instead I thought I'll let him have January. You know, you can have a relax, and then I'll double up in February, and we'll have January and February, because it's what's up there? It's Guess the Film. It's you can see the calendars just behind me on the wall there. So I do very well here. You've got my calendar, and then I've got my APAT clock. This side, exclusive limited edition APAT clock on the wall here. You know, it's the place is nicely branded.
I have my very limited edition APAT medals over there, Lee. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah, random name is all in for 4. Or not all in for 4, raised to 4.9 bigs with 1.2 behind. Curious George is all in. I think random name is going to have to call off the remaining 1.21 on their stack, I'm going to guess, with Ace Queen, and they've run into Ace King.
That's really lucky, and then it's lucky.
A queen on the flop.
Wow.
And Curious George is going to double up random name 194831.
Wow.
And we still remain with these 8 players. We still got 5 left in the mini as well. But we haven't bust anybody yet on this final table.
Steve says, no, the series after Porridge was going straight. I must have missed that one, Lee. I don't recall that.
Yes, it was. It was a spin-off. Yeah.
Might have missed that. Yeah. And Bill says, Simon is so macho. The puns have already started, Lee. I thought you said we were holding the puns.
Oh, Chris. Now, there's a great one for an Only Connect thing, is spin-offs to other sitcoms.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do there's some good stuff there. 6s for Curious George up against the Ace Queen of Myatt. And the 6s are going to be good, and we're going to lose Myatt. First player to bust was 7th of 8 to start with, and is now 8th of 7.
Don't call.
Well played to Myatt.
Don't call Saul.
Yes, we're now guaranteed £85 for 7th place finish. I think of other Brits. What was the I want to say Green Grass. That's a spin-off from Only Fools and Horses, isn't it?
Is it? Don't know green grass at all. Because I grew up in Ireland, right?
Yeah,
so
I think it was Boise's family.
Boise, lovely.
I think it's Boise's family spin-off. I think it was. I'm sure it was called Green Grass. I think it was. Yeah, but obviously we're just going to go with Sunita tracks now. I mean, it's going to be. She kind of had that many top. Was it top 20 or top 40 hits? She kind of had that many hits. Well, although they did churn the songs out in the 80s, didn't they? So it's surprising how many. Was she part of Stock Aitken and Waterman? She might have been part of that group where they were just throwing songs out left, right, and centre.
Churning. Factory.
Yeah, no, literally, I was watching a documentary the other day about it. They were talking about what was Kylie's first song? I Should Be So Lucky, wasn't it? They said they literally wrote that in sort of 3 minutes.
Yeah.
She came in, flew over from Australia, recorded it, flew back because she was in Neighbours at the time.
Wow.
And bang, out it went. Yeah. Franny's all in with the Ace 5, Ace Jack for G Shergirl, and the Ace 5 gets there with the 4 on the river for the straight for Franny, and Franny lives to fight another day.
I enjoy recounting that story that Lionel Richie told on that TV show about the American single for Africa. And, so we had to get all the artists together. We had to get all the contracts done. Oh, it's such a nightmare to get the venue. When were we going to do it? We had to get in everybody's diaries. And here we are. We're about 9-10 days from the thing happening. I thought, we haven't got a song yet. We need to write a song. So he said, I was writing the song with Michael Jackson. And Jacko was was he like humming everything, or the way you make me? It was a bit like this. Fantastic, right? He said I couldn't get him to write anything down. He wouldn't write anything down.
The irony of 2 a.m. when they're recording a song for famine in Africa.
They're all ordering chicken.
They're all so hungry that they went over and ordered fried chicken. It's priceless. Absolutely priceless. Kane Lou is all in, and so is 17 PRH. We've folded all the way around to build each other way. Ace 10 versus Jacks. So Jacks that are at risk here. Ace on the turn is going to be good enough for Kane Lou, and we're going to lose 17 PRH.
Oh, lucky 17.
In 7th place, sorry. So another move up, which means we're up to 3 figures now with 6 left. So £105 is min cash now. Yeah, that documentary is
it's fantastic, wasn't it?
And it's the bit where they're trying to get, is it Stevie Wonder's he wants to get some
Swahili
lyrics
in there.
And it's Swahili in it.
And the country and western singers revolt, and one of them leaves. I can't stick around for this.
It's just absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
do they speak Swahili in Ethiopia? Well, it's more of a
yeah.
It's not. It shouldn't be a literal thing.
I'm not sure how that footage took so long to actually get out into the public domain, because it's just if you haven't caught it, I'm trying to think what it's on. Is it on Netflix or something? I can't.
It's one of those. I think it's on Netflix. Yeah.
If you can't find it, it's the American version of the Band-Aid song, and it's a documentary. It's on for about an hour and a half. Please watch it.
It's spectacular. The moment that Stevie Wonder teaches Bob Dylan how to sing like Bob Dylan, it's just one of those moments you have to see. You have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Franny is all in under the gun here for just under 10 bigs. The trouble is, just under 10 bigs it covers 2 of them and is more than half of what anyone else has got as well. So difficult to make the call here for these players. But Kane Lou does. And it's King 9 versus 7s. King 9 is at risk. King on the flop. And the extra diamond is always going to help the situation, leaving Kane with only 1 out and not to be. So Franny gets a double up, and Franny takes the chip lead with that. That's where you're at now.
Very tight. Very tight here.
Yeah.
Couldn't pick a winner.
The chip lead now. And massive jump in money.
Killer straight in. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, jumping around there for a minute.
That's all right.
Back. Yeah. And Kane Lou was all in with pocket 10s, and it's random name with the ace jack. It's the 10s at risk. But the 10s are going to be good. And random
is crippled here.
1 big. Yeah, down to 1 big.
Steve says, Green Grass was based on Boise moving to Hertfordshire. I met John Chalice several times, but he passed away in 2021. He was a person. I would imagine he met a good person.
No, I was very fortunate enough to meet John Chalice. We did a quiz night for him. 10-6 of Franny, and has flopped the absolute flushing nuts for them, and we're going to lose another.
Curious, was it?
So, interesting, yes. A random name, even with 1 big, has just actually benefited by about 30 quid.
Oh, nice.
By not busting next. So it's Curious George that bust there. Yeah, we did it was an Only Fools and Horses evening with Boise, and they asked us if we'd do an Only Fools and Horses quiz for the dinner. Ace 10 versus Ace Jack. We're going to let Kane Lou's hit the Jack unless it's a running 10s, not to be for random names. So random name's going to bust in 5th, and we're down to 4. Yeah, so we got to do that and met John and his wife, and absolutely delightful,
spectacular. Yeah,
lovely, and very sad to see that he passed away. Yeah, in 21. We must have done that before lockdown, so that would have been about 2018, 19, something like that. We did that.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. It was cool. It was great. Say, just amazing fun. We just did a quiz from scratch for what were Only Fools and Horses super fans in the.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that back.
Trying to pitch a quiz for them is just a nightmare, because you're assuming they're going to know everything, and we tried to make it as tricky as we could, but some of them were still just ridiculously knowledgeable on the series.
Lee, the lovely Chris Bean says, I will knock something up for next week. Fair play, man. Excellent.
What's he referring to, Des?
Well, I hope he's referring to another quiz of sorts, Lee, because it can be expensive. If you get that wrong, it can be very expensive.
Yeah, very generous.
I didn't want to say anything, Leigh.
Yeah. We're down to 3 in the mini, and Bob Mouse, who was 7 of 7 in the mini, is now the 3rd of 3. So has locked up £45 now, and is fighting it out.
Very nice
for the win, and decent amount of money, 112 up top. So prizes go 45, then 70, then 112 for that mini leaderboard. So with 3 of them left, and yeah, Bob Mouse has only got half the stack of the chip leader, so very much all to play for. Meanwhile, we're down to 4 in this now, so the guys have locked up £176 now in this main event tonight, and one of these 4 is going to walk away with £623 for winning it. A bit more play for a few of them now, but for Bill, he's got his 4 bigs in, but he's got that one through though. He's going to need to do that a couple more times, I think. Giving himself a little bit of breathing space, maybe to fold under the gun here and see whether the big blind plays any better for him. So Franny is our chip leader here now with 30 bigs. Looking in a good way. I will have to sit and also do an only connect for Chris, because I must return the favour. It's I do quite enjoy putting quizzes together, so we'll come up with something interesting for Chris to work off. I'm assuming I say he's sent me the link to the site before, and there's loads of stuff on there. So I'll come up with one that's very focused on yourself, Des, but very tricky to do.
Tricky, mate, tricky.
Yeah, I'll do. They're always good if you can have answers which can cross over 2 or 3 of the categories.
Oh yeah,
which then makes it very difficult to work out which combination it is going to be.
Trainglot, Leigh. Darren Naylor. Can see him on the APAT forum going all the way back to 2008. So I would imagine that is the one.
And it's another double up for Bill with the 6-5 there. So what we're talking, Trainglot, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the name? Darren Naylor, did you say? Darren Naylor?
Darren Naylor, yeah.
Darren Naylor, okay. Excellent. Good. Bill very much back in the game now with 10 bigs.
I mean, Franny aside, there's still cash to be played for here. Steve says if these quiz questions are based on me, the answer is going to be Liverpool. Is that all I have? Is that my depth? Liverpool.
You've got plenty. You've got
more depth on that.
More depth of that. Absolutely, way more depth. If only they really knew you, Des. If they really, had a chance to understand you and know you as a person, they'd realise.
Absolutely, rightly.
There's way more than Liverpool Football Club. Way more.
Amen, brother.
I'll think of something in a minute, but there's way more than that. No, your knowledge of the All Ireland side of things is.
Yeah, we try not to think too hard on that, Leigh. I have to say.
Oh well, so they've got it in. Queen 10 for Canelou, Ace for G Shergill, and I think the ace is going to be good enough. It is, and we're down to 3, and
wow.
Bill's got himself a nice little cash ladder there. Say was one of the 2 shorter stacks, and is very much the short stack here now on this final 3, but he's now locked up £248.
Sweet.
So this is going well. 10 bigs for Bill. G Shergill's got 25 bigs, and Franny's got 40 bigs. This is not over yet, but we are down to 3. And we're still 3-handed on the mini as well.
Bill says, earlier comment Des, it's called Better Call Saul. Yeah, indeed it is. It is. Indeed it is. Breaking Bad. What a classic series that was.
Yeah, we've had this discussion on here before when we said if you could rewatch any series, pretend as if you'd never seen it before, what would you would you pick of any of the kind of the big box set things that have done? What would you watch again?
Very difficult to answer that. I mean, I could definitely wheel out 3 or 4 things and say they were phenomenal. I don't know which one of them I'd pick.
Yeah.
I think we personally go for Game of Thrones.
I was to say Game of Thrones is normally on the list. Normally, The Sopranos is on that list. I think The Wire is one which normally makes that list. I think Prison Break got discussed last time as a potential. Would it be in there?
Breaking Bad certainly.
Yeah, Breaking
high
Bad
quality.
would be. Even if you went with some more UK based stuff, I think Line of Duty.
Yeah,
it's definitely got a
wee
shout
donkey.
in there. Yeah,
we had a lot of fun with that when that was.
Actually, Steve mentioned Suits. I've never watched.
I love Suits. Yeah, very good. Really enjoyed Suits.
I never watched Suits, so maybe that's one which I should have a go at then and try out. But I've never watched that.
Kerry says, I've never seen Breaking Bad. Watch it, Kerry. You're lucky in that respect. Mind you, in saying that, we're all different, right? But it was quite entertaining. Chris says, easy answer for me, Eurotrash. Brilliant. Steve, as you said, Suits. Yeah. Bill is still saying boom, boom. I think he's moved on to music. And Kerry says, I like Luther. Luther again. There's a ton of high quality British stuff that, is really, really good.
Yeah. Kerry, have you watched the Luther film? So they did a full length film on again, I'm not sure where it was streamed originally, but that was the most recent thing I think Luther
I think I saw that.
Yeah. Very dark. Very, very dark. It had Andy Serkis in it, I want to say.
Precious.
Yeah. If I remember rightly, yeah. So meanwhile, Bill's kind of just sitting there quietly with eight bigs, whilst the others are moving some chips around here. It's a decent pay jump from third to second here, Des. It's nearly £150. So Bill doesn't need to do anything too silly.
Well, he's sort of involved now.
He's in a hand here with Franny with 6 bigs in the middle. He's got 5 and a bit behind. Checks it. Franny just bets 1 big. That minimum bet from Franny.
I mean, Bill could be ahead here with almost anything, right?
Bill's all in it. Bill's all in with the deuces. Oh, he's woken up.
Oh my God.
What
my
a turn
God.
for Bill. Got it in bad.
That's astonishing.
With against the 5-4. I mean, to be honest, even being in that spot is horrible. But to then turn the deuce. And,
wow.
Bill is now up to 17 bigs and second in chips. What a turn card for Bill Shepherd. Incredible.
Boom. Nice hand. I mean, you can't imagine you've got 2 overs with your 4 and your 5 when you get involved in that hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Unlucky for Franny, but great turn card for Bill. Kerry says, I remember Hill Street Blues. I do. I remember that too. But then you can go back to stuff like chips. There was stuff that was just happening on a, sort of a regular MASH. MASH, I remember, has been
Friday night
a big thing at the time.
Great for like American things. And yeah. So, TV used to be, actually just terrestrial TV used to be so big. Obviously everything is
so spread out now, isn't
it? Everything is streamed these days. And I don't know what you're like, but when it comes to series, if it's not all available on instant, we tend to just hold off now and we'll wait till they're all available, and then you binge the lot in one
yeah
hit.
Sean
There's very few
tends
dramas There's very few dramas that we'll watch week on week. You know,
Sean she takes the same approach, but I had to say I like the thought of a bit of a water cooler drama. If you can get something good enough, the thought of, you know, I'm looking forward to next week's episode. Now, I quite like the thought of that. It's a rarity, though, these days.
It doesn't happen very often. We say we would tend to be very much an hour. Right. Well, if they're not all available, we'll just hang fire and then and watch. We've got one that's comes to an end, I think, in 2 weeks' time on Prime, which is called The Agency,
right?
Which we're looking forward to watching with.
Simon Allen has just named an absolute doozy, an absolute phenomenal show. Ozark.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Great shout. Yeah.
Bill says, time for bed, Cars, really. No brandy left. Poor Bill. You'll be able to get plenty of brandy after this, Bill. You've had a good run here. And Bill says, anybody old enough to remember Soap? I don't remember Soap. Don't think so. Don't ring a bell with me.
The mini has come to a conclusion.
Brian Frew
was three-handed for ages, and I was
just won the mini.
I was going to say Douglas Dew has won it, which we all know is Brian. Bob Mouse finished in second, and Rory Flush 73 finished in third. So Brian picked up £112, Bob Mouse picked up 70, and Rory Flush 44. Jam Sandwich was fourth, picking up 31. Knob Donkey fifth. So well done to all of you guys.
Absolutely. Brian's having a wee Shiraz. They're all at home drinking, Lee. Well, we're here working, Lee.
Yeah. And what about SAS Rouge?
Hero 2. I didn't have those channels, Lee. They didn't have those channels in my house. Certainly at under 18.
That sounds, SAS Rouge. What do you have to pay for that? Is that premium service, Steve? That sounds, sounds impressive, to say the least. I'll tell you what I did watch. Yeah, we did watch it. Was SAS Rogue Heroes 2. We watched that one. That was good.
Was that SAS soldiers who liked makeup? No.
Yeah, not what Steve
it wasn't that
watched.
one.
No,
it wasn't the follow-on.
Yeah,
that was maybe the follow-on series. Kerry says my husband loves that. Soldiers
Steve's
with Rouge.
coming with another one. Yeah, Steve's coming with another one. Typo. I've never seen Typo. Have you ever seen Typo?
It's really good. It's about this bad weather episode in the southern seas.
Yeah. Oh, right, nice, excellent. Sounds great. Yeah, absolutely sounds. Talking about weather and different things, we've not touched on it. What's been going on in LA is just mind-boggling, isn't it?
Well, let's talk about LA, but I just want to say, Bob, because he's just typed in there, was trying to play poker and eat my steak. So summer drinking, summer eating well. Great result, Bob. Well done, my friend, for getting heads
played,
up.
Bob. Nice to see you back playing on APAT, Bob.
Yeah.
Very much a name we know from years gone by, and it's great to see you back playing.
The LA thing is super serious. And it happens so regularly.
Yeah, I mean, the devastation is just you just can't quite comprehend, can you? Really, that what can happen, and
it's absolutely mind-boggling.
It's still ongoing now, and the cost is one thing. Luckily it doesn't seem to be. Obviously, the death toll can still rise and is likely to still rise, but I mean, you could easily have imagined that it would just be hundreds, if not people, and it isn't. Which is the only kind of thing you can take away from it and go, well, amazingly, it's not taken a lot more lives.
Saw a video yesterday where some bloke was in his house surrounded by big bay windows, right? And he's got his phone out and he's recording what's happening outside. He's up in the hills, obviously, and I'm not joking you, 10 feet from the house, there are flames that are like 20 feet high. Right. Blowing in the wind like you wouldn't believe, and he's obviously asking whoever else is in the house with him, is the gas off? I mean, I'm not that worried about the gas at that point, to be perfectly honest. There's almost no way his house is going to survive, and he's still in it filming.
Yeah, it's the devastation right on the coastline that you think, how? Because it's right by the sea. How is that? But the winds that just picked up and just sent the fires just everywhere, and in a way, it just didn't care who you were, how expensive your house was, where your house was.
Yeah.
Not completely not bothered about that whatsoever. And it still amazed me that people that were taking so long to get away. There was a clip of, or was it the guy from Take That, Mark Owen, his partner, filming them being evacuated, and you're like, well, surely you were gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, like what are you still doing there? Just incredible scenes. And I guess it's only things which we're going to see more of, whether it's the flooding like there was in Valencia, or the other kind of natural disasters that we're seeing more and more of. It doesn't look like it's going to, it's going to stop. It's just that we got an all in and a call. It's ace queen and ace five. Ace five is at risk, and
Bill's about to make some serious cash here.
Bill is laddering up like an absolute legend. He's gone from, he was the short stack, I think, when we were 8-handed, if I remember rightly. Did I say he had 10 bigs?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did about 8 blinds, right?
And he's only got another 5 bigs more than that now, but he is down to the final 2, and he's got a massive chip deficit to try and build back here. It's about a 3 to 1, maybe 4 to 1.
I don't even think that's massive. He gets one double up, he's right back.
Yeah,
smack absolutely. In it.
But the guys have got locked up now, £392, and the winner's going to pick up 623. So a massive jump here now. £225 is the jump for winning this. So yeah, well done to you, Bob. Yeah, it's a shame it's been a while, but hopefully we'll see you back very soon in a live capacity, and great to see you back playing online.
Yeah, I'm sure Bob had a good run last week as well, Leigh. I seem to remember seeing Bob's name.
We picked up that name. Yeah, we did pick up that name from last week. And Bill is doing the business tonight up against Franny. One of them is going to walk away with the top prize, £623 tonight.
Leigh, we had very, very severe temperature issues around my way last week. I mean, very, very severe. Yeah, we talk about LA, but Sean put the big duvet on the bed. Oh, Leigh, do you know what I mean? It's lovely when you jump in. I mean, it's great for about, 15 minutes. It gets so bloody warm.
Much. It's too much for you. Yeah. Even with the icy temperatures around you. Did you get any snow your way or not?
Not in the bedroom. No. Snow generally. Okay. I have to say no. We had a light coating of sort of frost. Maybe not even frost. I saw some snow up in Wales, but no, nothing. I mean,
no, we didn't get anything down here either. It's just been cold temperatures, but obviously further up the country in the UK, they've had it pretty bad from what I can see. Right then. Well, Bill is chipping away 14, a little bit here. Yeah, and raise from Bill. Franny is all in.
Like these cards.
Bill had raised it to 4 bigs, leaving 10 behind, and Franny's just got the chips in the middle. So that's the way we're going to play this. As Bill says, Franny nicked a few chips earlier on in the tournament, as is always the way. Is this going to be revenge time? Well, Bill's all in. Franny's made the call. King 9 for Bill. King Queen for Franny. King 9 at risk, or it's not going to be. And that is going to be that. And we are done.
Yowzers.
Franny is going to finish in second place. Let me pop that up there so we can see the final positions, which is actually amazing. That finished about half an hour earlier than it did last week. So
good time. Good time being 25 to 12.
Yeah.
Good game, Bill.
Congratulations to Franny picking up £623 and the win. Bill in second place picking up 392.
Brilliant.
Third, 248. Yeah, absolutely superb. Let me quickly flick over to the mini as well, just to confirm. We mentioned it. Douglas Dew is Brian Frew. Well done to to you, Brian, picking up the win in the mini. Bob Mouse finishing in second, and Raw Flush 73 in third. There we go. So great turnout again tonight. 76 runners and 86 runners in both the events, and that is game week 4. It's a wrap, Des. We are done for another week. If you want to check out any of the leaderboards, you can. They're built into the software, so you can click on the leaderboards on there, or you can go on the website. They update them on a Monday, so you'll see when it's been updated, and you can see your current state of play. You can find yourself and see where you are as well. But that was game week 4. We've still got another 5 game weeks to go. So if you've not yet got involved, still got plenty of time to get involved with these winter leaderboards on APAT, and plus everything else going on Grosvenor at the moment. So those Irish Open satellites and numbers so far just from week 1 are staggering. Seriously, if you can get yourself along to the Irish Open at Easter,
do so,
and play that, and play with Team Grosvenor, you'll get well looked after over there. I'm going to have a go and try and get in again. I won a seat with them last year and had a great time meeting the guys over there, and just thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you can do that, well worth it. And we'll have some more details up on some more online events that we've got, with including medal events in the next week or 2. So we'll let you know about that. But really enjoyed that.
Superb. Great fun, Leigh. Agree completely. And thanks everyone in the chat box for keeping us amused for 2.5 hours. Absolutely brilliant. So have a great week, everyone. We're going to be back next Sunday night to do it all again. So